Alright, so hopefully this recording isn't hopefully this recording isn't too bad on sound. It's just maybe in my laptop. But crap, you know what? Let me change this real quick. Before I start, I made some changes to the deck based on the data. Eternal Scourge and Relic Originatus are not doing great on numbers right now. So put this up, there we go. And I still like Scourge though, and of course Relic. I think it's just I happen to play a bunch of matchups where it's not necessarily great, and that's compared to the rest. So it's not saying it's not good, it's just not as good as a lot of the other cards have been performing. So I made a few changes. One, I took out one of the Eternal Scourges and I added in a Skred the Immortal. And second, I took out Stormbreath Dragon, I put in a second Chandra Awakened Inferno. So the reasoning behind these is one, Skred the Immortal means that I don't need Relic of Originatus anymore in order to get the constant use out of it, which is, in the games that I've played it has been amazing. It is just a powerhouse on its own against control decks and mid-range decks. I mean, it's nearly unstoppable. And for Chandra Awakened Inferno, so far, I mean, it's just like almost the haymaker of the deck, where once it lands, you're doing well. Especially it does great against mid-range and control decks, which happen to be on the rise right now, it appears. Like they can get rid of it eventually if they have Assassin's Trophy or something. But otherwise, their swing, it puts a clock on the opponent and gains you a ridiculous amount of life because they have to attack the crap out of it in order to kill it. And it also helps you stabilize by wiping the board. So both of these are both good when you're ahead and when you're behind. So that was the reasoning behind that change. So I've played a few games. You can look at the spreadsheet and see what I played against here most recently. And if you want, just request whatever you'd like to see me play against. But I just played this game, first game of the day. I gotta go take a quiz here in a second, but I wanted to get a game in because I love playing this deck. So I'm playing against that red-green Eldrazi deck with Bloodbraids and Eldrazi Obligators or whatever. So this looks like a relatively questionable hand because I have 5 lands in it. But 2 of the lands, Frostfall Bastion is one of the better performing cards. And then I have 2 lock pieces, kind of. Blood Moon will lock out greedy mana bases. Karn locks out artifact kinds of decks. There's not a whole lot of artifact decks out there right now, but either way, it works. Whereas Frostfall Bastion should help me survive against a lot of faster aggro decks. And then Scrying Sheets helps against a lot of the control decks. Normally Blood Moon does well against control too, but I figured I'd give it a shot. Worst case scenario is I lose and I get more data, so whatever. So I went with it. Probably just a play, huh? So yeah, opponent plays that. I wasn't quite sure what they were on yet. I mean, I should have known it was this deck. It's just been so long since I've seen it. As soon as I saw the Eldrazi Temple and the Obligator, I knew. I was like, oh, okay, it's this deck. And I realized that I was going to need some sort of answer to the Obligator soon. Fortunately, I did land the turn 3 Moon, which shuts off a huge percentage of the opponent's deck. They do have another Obligator though, so they're able to play that. Here I had a choice. I could have played Karn and downtick to go get Bridge right now, but I knew even if I got Bridge, I was still going to be taking some damage. And I figure I'll just keep it up because I could use Karn long term instead, and I knew I could survive. And chances are my opponent's not playing a whole heck of a lot else. They're relying on these 2 Obligators to survive. And Bone Crusher Giant can kill one and then block the second, unless the opponent gets another Obligator. But I don't plan on playing Bone Crusher next. So I just wait for the attack, play Stomp, take 3. I'm okay with that. and I draw a Skred, so that means that I can play Karn safely, down tick to go get bridge, and Skred the Obligator. So this means that I can I go ahead and play the bridge and the Bone Crusher now, because just as a safety valve, kind of, because when I land Chandra, I want Chandra to just flat out win the game. So this is just extra padding on my little, I guess you can call it pillow fort here. I think I forgot to tick up Karn there too, but anyway, so Chandra and Karn start doing their thing. And I think the opponent kind of sees the writing on the wall, and that is it. So we go to game 2. So my sideboard plan is I sided out 4 relics. Let's see, I sided 4 relics and 3 Mind Stones for a raid, 3 Damping Spheres, and 3 Pillage. I'm just trying to slow down their deck, use the Abrade and Pillages to slow down the clock with the lands and critters. So I keep it because I do have a Skred, Eternal Scourge, and same thing, I got Bastion and Scrying Sheets, so I go for it. I was a little worried about this opening hand of Eldrazi Temple in case they had a Thought-Knot Seer. They did not, they had a Spyglass. I guess they sided those in because they saw the work of Karn and Chandra. And draw moon, so this is looking good now. So they didn't play anything here. They have a potentially 5 mana here, and I was like, okay. So they can't have a Thought-Knot. So that means, they can't have a Thought-Knot. They might have an Obligator or something. But I figured that they're trying to keep green mana up for the Blood Moon, to try to kill the Blood Moon. So I decided to go ahead and pillage their Carclusion Forest to slow them down. That way, if they don't have green mana, I can land the Blood Moon safely for Nature's Claim or something like that. So I go for the pillage first. I'm not worried about the Sorcerer's Spyglass because I can take that out with Karn later on. I can uptick it and then turn it into a creature and then burn it. So another pillage, kill their second land here. So now they don't have a green source, I know I can safely play Blood Moon. And I'm keeping up Skred and Bolt Fortunately, I was going to play the Eternal Scourge in the land, but instead I get a Karn. I uptick to try to get it out of like burn range or damage range. I'm not worried about getting an Ensnaring Bridge quite yet. More than anything, I want them, like, if I figured they probably don't have any, like, a whole heck of a lot, or else they would have played it already. So I want to try to make them divert. Now, I didn't plan on them drawing a green source for Bloodbraid here, unfortunately. So they are able to get what they need to take out Karn. So I can't get the bridge. But that is okay. So here, my plan, I could have played Eternal Scourge again, but my plan here is I want to, what I want to do is kill the Bloodbraid, braid the Sorcerer Spyglass, bolt this guy, play Karn, attack into that guy by upticking Karn. And hopefully my opponent doesn't play anything. But if my opponent does play something, then I'll be able to bolt, Skred, braid this, and then Karn attack that thing. Opponent does have a Questing Beast. Fortunately, Skred does kill that. Skred also kills the Elf. Braid kills the Sorcerer Spyglass. And then Karn will put Domri down to 1 loyalty. There could have been an argument. There was also the possibility of -2 on Karn to play Mind Stone and then Eternal Scourge. But I know they have bolts. I'd rather not have my Koth in bolt range. And a lot of their stuff that they're, want them to try to have to devote resources to killing him. So they are able to bolt Koth down, but it's still alive, so I'm good. So now there's an important manner in sequencing here. Before I cast a spell, I tap the mana and then use Koth's ability, because I don't want to cast a spell and then they kill Koth with it on the stack if they're able to. I mean, really, I should have known that they can't, but it's just a habit that I get myself into, so I can't get caught up on that trick anytime. So instead I tap the mana and then untap it with Koth, and then I proceed to send my spells. And let's go ahead and take out this dummy red. Now, I know my opponent has the ability to take out Blood Moon eventually. So for now, I'm just going to put him on a massive clock. Yeah, a good thing about Eternal Scourge there is Obligator, once it targets it, it gets exiled. And they probably could have tried to kill Koth, but it doesn't matter, because in the end, Chandra is what's going to be done, is what's going to kill them. And once they pop that Ratchet Bomb, they're giving me access to more stuff. So I'll probably benefit more from that than they will. I have more utility, and the mana is about the same. Yeah, they accidentally clicked through the attacks. One of the benefits of playing on Cockatrice instead of MTGO is you can undo stuff like that. Like if somebody forgets to attack, you can be like, hey, did you mean to attack? But that's not the case on MTGO, unfortunately. So I could have spreaded this guy and then dealt another 4 damage, but I wasn't worried about it. I want to keep the Skred in case they have another questing beast or something. I'm already way ahead, and I don't need to try to get ahead any more than I already am. So there goes Blood Moon. They're going to play their Reality Smasher that they've had stuck in their hand. Then they go for Koth, which is pretty smart, you know. I decide to just let Koth die, because my opponent's dead next turn if they don't play a creature, because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus another one of these 7, and then 8 and 9 there, and then I can throw an artifact at my opponent. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That'll put them at 1, and then I pay 3 and I sack Mind Stone and throw it at my opponent and kill him, and that's game. Easy day. Just everything works so well together. But yeah, that's it. Again, if there's any matchups you're interested in watching, I probably have played against it. And just let me know and I'll find it and record it and upload it. Stay safe out there with the COVID.